guys.
Welcome back to Harsh-Worded, Tender-Hearted. Today we're going to be talking about love versus limerence. And then we're going to be playing Two Truths and a Lie, which is kind of weird because when I was thinking about them, it was so hard.
I had to think really hard, yeah.
Like, we know everything about each other,
Yeah,
you know?
there's not a lot that we don't know about each other, so, like, I really have to dig deep there.
Yeah, and some of them are, like, close calls. Like, mine are, like, stupid, but some of them are, like, close. Like, you have to really think about it.
Yeah, I was trying to make mine so that it's, like, you can't really tell, but it's, I don't know.
We'll see. We'll see. Who knows each other better? So love versus limerence. I think that we've both in the past couple years have dabbled in the limerence thing.
To be honest, I didn't even know limerence. Not that I didn't know what limerence was a thing, but like I was calling infatuation.
Yeah.
Are they're like the same thing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Yeah, but I didn't know limerence was like an actual word until I started seeing it like around. Like people started talking about it more like within like
TikTok.
TikTok like within like the past year.
What is the actual definition?
So limerence is a state of mind which results from romantic feelings for another person and typically includes intrusive, melancholic thoughts or tragic concerns for the object of one's affection, as well as a desire to form or maintain a relationship with the object of love.
Ooh, I didn't like that.
And to have one's feelings reciprocated. You know what? I was also reading, there's a Reddit thread. It's a Reddit of limerence.
Really?
Yeah, where it's just r/limerence.
Yeah.
And the person that you are limerent for is referred to as object.
I don't like that.
Yeah, I don't like that either.
That made me feel a little bit sick. Hearing that, like, I've always kind of thought about it like as an infatuation, whatever, but hearing those things, I'm kind of like, wait a second. A lot more people than I think have actually been limerent with me than infatuated with me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, that makes me a little bit sick.
So infatuation, by definition, is a feeling of foolish or obsessively strong love for, admiration for, or interest in someone or something.
Yeah, we shouldn't have read those.
Wow.
Wow.
So I guess limerence is more intense than infatuation. Like infatuation is a part of limerence, I guess.
Yeah. You can be infatuated and not limerent, but you can't be limerent and not infatuated.
Yeah.
It's so weird, the first part of that limerence definition. The melancholic, intrusive thoughts and tragic concerns.
Yeah. I think that's the reason why people are like, why people think it's not love unless it like sends them to a psych ward. Does that make sense?
No, that makes sense.
Like, I think that's the part that makes people spiral.
Right.
About it. But I don't know.
I had a guy say to me once that I was involved with for a while. He said something about, like, I can't help but, like, when I really like somebody, like, I like, almost fantasize about how it's gonna end. Or, like, fantasize about, like, not, like, fantasize about rough patches, but, like, think about, like, it's, like, constant thinking about, like, like, not negative things, but, like, you know what I'm saying?
Like melancholic.
Yeah. And I'm like, wait a second, it wasn't real. I'm like, wait a second, it's less real than I thought.
Oh my god. So it wasn't love?
That's crazy. Yeah, that's why that got me so bad. I'm like, wait a second, I've never heard those words, like, included in a definition of limerence. I've always just heard it as, like, infatuation or, like that type of thing. That's weird.
It's not as, like, intense and, like, dark.
Yeah. And, like, can include, like, a negative connotation almost. Yeah. That's very weird. Like, I knew it was a negative thing per se, but not like that.
Yeah.
Not that intrusive. You know what I'm saying?
It makes sense, though.
It does make sense.
Because every time I think I'm in limerence, or, like, every time I have been limerence not a word. In a state of limerence, but to be limerant. But it's like I'm very much always spiraling.
Okay, true. It's like an anxious attachment thing. So now how do we differentiate anxious attachment and limerence? Because anxious attachment, like, takes, like, varies person to person, is very reliant on past traumas. And, like, That's weird. Because I think I will always be anxious. Mm-hmm. No matter what, I will always be
some degree of anxious,
Yeah. And I've kind of come to terms with the fact that I will always spiral to some degree in my life. So, like, I think that's hard for me. I think knowing the difference, what's helped me a lot. Okay, do you think, knowing all the different definitions, do you think you've ever been in love?
Oh, no. Even before knowing the definitions, like, I have loved people. I don't think I've been, like, an actual love of, like, what even is Like, I don't even think I know what being in love is.
Right.
So it's like, I don't think I can know it, like, be in it if I don't even know it,
Okay, fair.
you know?
Fair. See, that's so weird too, because how does that play? Like, you know how the whole like you know thing?
Yeah,
Like
right.
it's such a weird thing. And I think social media has made it more of a difficult
Thing to differentiate.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's weird because if you look up the difference between loving somebody and being in love, it's like loving somebody is about like caring and affection and
Well, yeah, like you love your family, you love your friends.
but then
yeah.
being in love is just like all of that, but also envisioning like a future with them and like wanting the best for them. But then it's also like I can love somebody and envision a future with them without being in love with them. But then I'm also like, does that mean I've been in love though?
That's one of the biggest things for me is I had to teach myself to know the like differentiate my actual thoughts, like just in general. I've been in and out of therapy since I was 12 and I'm 27 now, so I've had a long road of like resources and exercises and knowledge.
Expertise, yeah.
So a lot of the focus was always differentiating the different thoughts in my head and kind of like fact and fictioning them, and which were like the actual verbatim words that they used. It was like fact and fiction. What proof do you have to back these thoughts? Even in just like a day to day, I always struggled with like, oh my God, I don't deserve to be alive. And it was like, what proof do you have that makes you less worthy, like hard, solid evidence that makes you less worthy than somebody else, like the next person? I got nothing. You know what I'm saying? Fiction. Or like you think somebody's mad at you or think somebody's gonna be mad at you. Get a pen and paper and be like, okay, how have they reacted before when I have said something like this? Or what do I know about this person that could back a thought that like this is how they're gonna react, or that they're actually mad at me or whatever. And then it becomes one list will always, always, always be longer than the other. Like it's very black and white, but when you again spiral as much as I do, you kind of have to rely on the black and white when you're healing, because it just separates everything, because everything is so blurry already. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So the separation I think helps, and I've kind of I fact and fiction every single day. I need to, because all of the intrusive thoughts are fiction, are very much so fictional thoughts. So if I didn't fact and fiction every day, I'd be in a very different phase of my life. So when I'm dealing with people that I kind of like super sneaky link roster, somebody I want to date, whatever, I'm always constantly like fact or fictioning. That's how I know the difference in my head. And in the moment, I can tell the difference. I remember in my 3-year-long relationship, I like vividly remember sitting there one day and being like, I could never imagine having children, realistically having children with this female.
Yeah, like it wouldn't work
Realistically,
out.
yeah. Do I love her, and do I like I can imagine a future with her? Yes, but my happiest life that I can think of, this would not be the other parent of my child.
Okay.
110%. That's one thing I'm sure of, and that's one thing that's so important in my future, so this isn't working out. Do you know what
I get it?
Make
Yeah.
it black and white, you know? Like you have to, because when your thoughts are blurry, like you're gonna just the strongest feeling you're gonna go with.
True.
The strongest feeling takes over. It's the strongest for a reason, and you're just gonna go with it. And I've done that before. I'm not doing it again. So like, I have to make everything black and white. And it's weird because as much as I always say like I'm a very black and white person, I'm not, because then I put it in black and white, and I'm like,
yeah, it's like a
all
conscious
I see
effort
is
to put
gray.
it in.
Actually,
Yeah, like you have to like kind of put glasses on to make it black and white.
Exactly,
kind of.
exactly. Like it feels black and white because it's so intense, but it's actually just a really intense gray. A really, really intense gray. So then I have to put my glasses on and I have to make it black and white, and then kind of make my decisions based on fact versus fiction. Because everything's so blurry in my head. Is it a lot of work? Sometimes, yeah, in the beginning. Now it's kind of like instantaneous.
Yeah, it's like you're so used to doing it that it's like second nature kind of.
Yeah. Same with kind of like dissecting people and dissecting relationships. Like it's very, very quick in my head. Like I can meet you and I'm like, I don't like you, or I like you, or I can like read you very, very well because I've trained my brain.
Yeah, you've had the practice to do it.
Yeah. And I've also had the professional resources to help me do so. So I take advantage of that in my relationships and stuff. And that's what makes the super sneaky link roster so easy. I know that I don't want to be with. I know that I can envision the future that I really, really want with you. So like that's how we're on the same page. I put myself on the same page. You know, like I find I dissect them fully, and I'm like, could I imagine having kids with that person? No.
No.
Could I imagine my family watching me kiss them at my wedding? God damn no. You know? I don't even want them there that day. So this is what it is, or it can't happen at all. You know? And that's how I know, like, a couple weeks ago, this guy was trying to message me, and I'm like, listen, like, I don't think you can handle it.
Oh, the
I
one that you
don't-
didn't want to message back. Yeah.
Yeah. Like, it's just, I already know this is going to be disastrous because we're not on the same page. I've already made it black and white in my head. You are clearly in the gray, and we're not even going to, I'm not going to start this because I already can see the repercussions, and I don't want to deal with it. I'm not in that place.
Okay, yeah.
Not in that place. I'm too far along right now to be going back there. And then it being my fault, especially. Because I know better.
Because you saw it in black and gray from the start. Not black and gray, black and white from the start.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So, like, I knew in my 3-year relationship, I, like, can pinpoint the time when I was like, this is not love. Like, I'm not in love with this person. You know? And that's why I think when it ended, I spiraled because of the changes and stuff. But, like...
But not of the loss of love. Like, there was no love lost there.
Yeah.
Kind of.
There was routine lost, but I already knew that my future was not with her. I already knew.
So that kind of makes it easier to make peace with it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. The other one, knowing the difference is making it harder to get over it, because then you make the black and white and you make the list of, like, all the things that you want and all the things that you don't want. And then when it matches up that they're exactly what you want, it's like, wait a second. But then that helps me also kind of take accountability of what I did wrong in that relationship. You know, like, could it have worked?
Yeah.
Because then I think about it and I'm like, going back to the very beginning, I set that precedence. I opened my goddamn mouth and I said, hey, you know, this can't mean anything, right?
But then it ended up meaning something.
Right. Like, imagine I didn't say that. It was like my karma. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like I also have to take responsibility in what I did for that, and putting it in black and white kind of helps that. But the responsibility, I think, also helps me move forward because I'm like, do better next time. And maybe it'll work out better.
Yeah, because then you know. Yeah.
Yeah. So I think that goes along with knowing yourself. I say it all the time, sit with yourself, knowing yourself and your worth. Because if you don't know your worth and you're relying on somebody else to tell you your worth, you're just going to believe them. No matter what they say, whoever's around you, you're going to believe them. Because it's like, you don't know better.
Yeah.
You know? So you're just going to believe whatever. Because I've been there.
Because you don't trust yourself. So then you're trusting other people because you think that they know better, but they don't.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So, like, as hard as it is to know yourself and know your worth, it helps the dating side for sure. For sure. Because then you can set boundaries.
Like everything falls into place once you know yourself, though.
Exactly.
Yeah.
No, exactly. I'm like, that's the point of the podcast, everybody. Thank you and good night. I'm dead. I'm like, a year later, we've articulated. Thank you. Thank you. No, but it helps you set boundaries, which is really, really hard.
Yeah.
Because it's like, if you don't know your worth, you don't have boundaries.
You don't have a basis to, like,
set boundaries.
Set around,
Yeah, I write them
like
down.
Like a reference point, kind of.
Yes, yeah. I write them down.
Like, am I getting it? I'm like... There's this whole thing going on with me lately where I'm like, I'm in the gray. And I'm like, wait. It's kind of like when you're learning how to drive, actually. Because it's like, when I was learning how to drive, my dad was always like, okay, like, I kind of wanted to know how to do it already. And it's like, my dad, like, I would try and go fast, but I'd make so many mistakes. But then my dad was like, okay, you need to slow down. Like, you need to do it right. And then, like, the speed will come with time.
Love that.
Is that a good
really good analogy? I've never heard that, but that's a really good one.
My dad goes to therapy. He loves therapy. So maybe that's why. Like,
loves therapy.
Same. He's so good.
Oh my god, that's a good one. I've never heard it like that, and that's a good one. That is a really good one. Because I was an anxious driver, so I just got in the car and cried every time. It's really slow for me.
Yeah, because I was always trying to get ahead of things without, like, actually looking at it for what it is first.
I think it's hard too because you were so nose in the books for so long that you didn't really have that social, like, crazy dating life.
I think I'm very not socialized in all aspects. Like, I'm, like, under socialized. Like, when you see, like, dogs and they're
go to the dog park for the first time.
Yeah.
They're, like, humping all the other dogs.
I was gonna say I'm overreactive, but
they're like barking.
Yeah.
I can't. Oh my god. So I can see how you're like, wait a second, like I need to catch up almost.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
But yeah, someone steady always wins the race. But
Oh, that's a good way to put it. I'm like
I'm
a tails all this time.
sorry.
Like,
oh my god. It also helps you prioritize your feelings. You know, like kind of knowing like I know goddamn well that love is not my priority right now, you know?
yeah.
So like, but I wouldn't have known that if I was still stuck in the gray so much because everybody wants love,
Yeah.
you know? But like kind of knowing that it'll come when it'll come and like it's not a priority right now. Let me put my
There's like
energy
no rush to
elsewhere.
it. Like
Yeah.
what's meant for you won't pass you, sort of thing.
Yeah. And like how I always talk about like you have a certain amount of energy, like be comfortable with the fact that you only have so much and choose wisely where you put it. Like I think that helps because it's like now I'm able to put a little bit of more energy into work and I'm excelling more in work. Whereas before I was up all night trying to impress a guy at his house. You know what I'm saying? And like not getting any sleep and then I couldn't do any work the next day. And it's like, what am I doing to myself? You know? So that helped a lot with that. It also helps with knowing the game. I know immediately when somebody walks up to me what they want from me.
Yeah.
You know? Immediately. And I'm either going to take it to my advantage, we're on the same page, or we're not on the same page. And at that point, I have to
You're
make a
out.
choice.
Yeah, you're like,
Yeah.
you're in or you're out. Yeah.
Yeah. I've been making the right choices lately, I think. But I've definitely in my life like not been in a place I've just like okay like you know and then I just don't think about it and then I think about it after the fact and then I'm like well now what I have to clean up my mess and I hate cleaning up my messes.
See, that's me now.
I hate it. So then I was like, you know what, Natasha, stop fucking making messes if you don't
You don't want to clean them up.
It literally started with me being tired of my own shit. Like that's literally just how it started. I do wish I was tired of it a little bit earlier, but it's never too late. And I know that everybody's kind of, my mom keeps saying that 30 is the new 20. I do kind of feel like I'm being reborn.
Yeah, you know, the older I get, the more I'm like, you know what, 30's not even that old.
I know.
Especially since my brother's already in his 30s and like I see him and his friends and I'm like, okay, like maybe my life's not over at 30.
yeah, that's true. That's true.
Which is crazy because like I feel like I'm getting old, but it's like I'm not.
Kai and Audrey were talking in our Snapchat group chat the other day about like how Snoop Dogg looks so old.
Yeah, Snoop Dogg, he is only 52.
And
I thought he was in his 60s.
Yeah, they were talking about like how it's because he smokes so much, and I was like, oh my god, is that why I'm aging so much in the face all of a sudden?
Oh, okay, fair, yeah.
I think I need to stop that. But anyway, yeah, you have to train your brain to know the difference. It also helps you consider reality. Kind of like I said, like, could I ever imagine my family watching me kiss this person on my wedding day? Ain't no way. I even like, okay, so the videos that always make me cry. Have you seen those like wedding speech videos?
Yeah.
Holy fucking
like the ones where
shit.
it's like bridesmaids and like the sister of the bride or something like that.
The siblings get me.
I love the sibling ones.
Yeah.
And then when they start crying, I start crying.
I
I'm
know.
like, oh my god.
I know. And there was one that got me really bad. And it was something along the lines of like, it was a younger sister, I think, making a speech at her older sister's wedding. They were Filipino, I think.
Oh, okay, yeah. Maybe I've seen this.
I think so. I think I might have sent it too. But the younger sister's talking about how like they used to always fight and stuff like that. And then one day they were fighting really bad, and then the husband called the sister, like the younger sister, saying like, hey, listen, like you guys are sisters, like you guys love each
I think
other,
I've seen
whatever.
this.
Yeah, blah blah blah. And then she was like, shut the fuck up. And then she thought about it after, and that was the last fight they ever had. And I was like, and then she continued on to say that like it's so nice. Why am I gonna cry? I like the stupidest shit too. I don't know if it's my age, but makes me cry. Like I'll cry at any TikTok video that comes up on I have to stay off of it. Especially because I watch all of the emotional ones. Yeah. Like just more emotional ones come and I can't. Yeah. But the speeches I can't do. But this girl goes on to say that it's so nice to be present for like a moment where her older sister, who's fought for everybody and with everybody her entire life, has somebody to fight for her. And I was like, aw. And then I imagine like you and Audrey and stuff at my wedding and like
saying that stuff
and looking at that person that I'm with, and I'm like that's what I want. Would they say this about this person? Absolutely not. You know?
Yeah.
So it's like it kind of helps me come to terms with reality a little bit. harsh reality sometimes. And it's like I could be in so much, like I could be deep in love, and then all of a sudden I'd have that thought, and if it didn't match up, I'd be like, what am I doing here?
Yeah, something that kind of helped me was that my future husband would never treat me this way.
I'm dead. See, I have a problem with that because I'm
Or like my soulmate would want me back. You know?
I'm dead. That like well, it's true too because I'm such a fighter. Like that speech resonated with me because I've spent my life fighting for everybody and with everybody, and I genuinely like
You want somebody who
I
can
need somebody
help
to
you
fight with
rest.
me.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fight. Okay. I need to go back to therapy. Fight for me. Like I always remember that. I'm like, if this person's not fucking, if you're not even gonna, if you don't want me, I'm not here. You know?
Yeah.
If you don't want me, I'm not here. That's something I've also struggled with for a long time, and I've been open with like certain people of like, do you want me here or do you want somebody here?
Mm-hmm.
Because for my entire life, again, unhealthy relationship with intimacy, I've been in situations where I've been involved with people that I didn't care about and they didn't care about me, vice versa, whatever the situation may be. So it's kind of clouded my vision in that way.
Yeah.
So I'm really insecure now that I'm kind of older and trying to find stability. Being in a situation where I'm like, wait a second, this isn't about me,
Mm-hmm.
you know, because I'm trying so hard to get away from that. So I've been open about that in the past, and I've struggled with that and been insecure about it. And it's kind of like, as soon as I start to feel like it's not about me,
you.
like it's fun, like find somebody else to take the spot. Then I can put my energy elsewhere. So like, I don't know. I found peace in the loneliness, to be honest. Like after knowing the difference, it's like in no way I'm gonna put myself in a situation like that's embarrassing for myself. Like I'd be disappointed in myself at that point. So it's kind of like now I'm just trying to do things that aren't gonna disappoint myself.
Love that.
You know, like that's the simplest solution I found, and it's working for me. And I'm kind of like, okay, like it's lonely sometimes, yeah, and it's not as fun and social, but like I don't know. I think,
But I feel like it would bring you way more peace of mind.
I found comfort in it. Yeah, I've found comfort in it. Finally, it was hard for a while, but I think we're good now. Like taking a step back is easier for me. I think that's one of the biggest things. It was so hard for me to take a step back from any situation.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, what if it does work out?
Yeah, I'm always like that. I'm like, what if it does work out? And I think like I stay so long because I'm like it's something to prove. Like it's like I'm like worthy of like if I can make this person want me.
Right.
It's like then I'm worthy of it. But then it's like I should
Even
already
if it,
yeah.
And even if it did work out, is it something that you want?
Yeah.
Really? You know?
Like it's not. Most of the time it's not.
Right.
So like
right.
it would not work out regardless of whether or not they wanted me. But I think they're trying to prove that I'm wanted, which like goes back to like unmet needs as a child, I think. But that's just
yeah, and I think that's why for a long time I just got involved with that anybody and everybody.
Yeah.
And I think it was just the complete opposite for us in the sense that like she didn't get involved with anybody and I got involved with everybody.
Yeah.
Like it was like two opposite sides of the spectrum. So we both kind of deal with that thought differently. And I think now we're on we're switching,
like converging, like
yeah,
we're like
exactly.
Yeah.
We're both going to the opposite ends. We're switching spots.
Yeah.
But and now we're both like, wait a second. What is this? But yeah, considering the goal is so important. But considering the goal, you have to know the goal first.
Yeah. Because I'm also struggling lately that I found with like instant gratification of like from short-term goals and then versus like delayed gratification from long-term goals.
Love that.
Yeah. So like it's good that I know that I'm struggling with that.
Yeah.
But it's a very recent revelation, like 2 days ago yesterday. No, like I'm not even kidding. Like
I struggle with that too sometimes.
Like,
I
I'm
definitely,
not even kidding.
especially
Like,
in like the
it's
work
very recent,
world.
yeah.
Oh my god. That's why I have a super sneaky link roster. For the instant gratification, and I don't have to deal with anything else after. I'm like, okay, take me home.
yeah, it's like when I'm done, it's like
I'm
okay.
done. Talk to you in a month. Oh my god, I can't. It also helped me like separate the anxious. Like now I get anxious when I want something from somebody. Do you know what? Like
Okay, yeah.
like that didn't come out right. Like I don't get anxious with, like, I don't care. Don't talk to me for 3 months, you know? But, like, before I was anxious with absolutely it didn't even matter who you were, how much I liked you. Like, I was anxious with everybody. But now, like, kind of choosing where I put my energy, there are only certain feelings that make me anxious.
Okay.
Those types of feelings, like, I don't get, there's no attachment at all. You know? If you don't want to talk to me for 3 months, I'm okay. I didn't want to talk to you either. But, like, and it's almost like intensifying the black and whites in my head.
Okay, yeah.
Just keep reminding myself of all the blacks.
Oh my god.
Wait. I keep reminding myself of all the cons. Oh my god, no, I can't believe I said that. I love you, Kevin Lang. But yeah, take advantage of the state of limerence. Like, if you like get rid of the limerence and just keep an infatuation. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, yeah.
You know
like,
what
be
I'm
aware of, like...
Yeah. Choose wisely, like, whatever. Like, because then I know how much of my cup to pour into their cup.
Okay.
You know?
Yeah.
Like, with the energy, like, I still place my energy there sometimes, but only when I'm in the right place, only when my cup is full enough, and I only put this amount in. And that's it, and then I'm
like,
gone.
you're not overspilling.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Then take me home. Take me home, I'm good. So moving on to 2 truths and a lie. Okay, so my first, I kind of put mine into themes to make it a little bit easier because some of them you have to think about a little bit. My first one is about my life. So, number 1 is I went to 3 different elementary schools. Number 2 is I've moved 10 different times in my life. And number 3 is I've had 14 pets in my lifetime.
Whoa, these are good.
Thank you.
They're hard.
Thank you.
I feel like they're, like, tricky.
Yeah.
Okay, wait, what's the first one?
I went to 3 different elementary schools.
I feel like that's the truth. Because I can think of 2, but I also don't have many memories from then. So, like, you very well could have gone to 3.
And then I moved 10 different times in my life, and I've had 14 pets. One of them is a lie.
I think 14 pets is true. If you're counting, like, step-parents' pets and, like, your grandparents' pets. Like, are you counting, like, your pets, like...
I didn't
that
count...
you own, or, like, the ones that you've lived with?
I counted pets that I've had to, like, take care of. Like, I've had ownership in.
Oh, okay. Maybe not 14, then. I feel like the pet one is true.
And you think the moving one's a lie?
I don't know, because you've moved a lot. Like, these are good. Wait, what was the first one again?
I went to 3 different elementary schools.
Okay, maybe that one's a lie, because I can think of 2. I can think of the third one.
Are you locking in that answer?
I think I'm locking into that answer.
So number 1's a lie.
Ah, nice.
No, I'm asking you.
Oh, yeah.
That was literally Trish with...
I was like, yes.
She's like, oh, got one right.
Is that one a truth?
No.
It's not a truth?
Yeah, that is a true. It is
It's
true.
a true?
Yes. I went
What was
to...
the other one?
I went to elementary. I started in a public board.
What
and then
the heck?
and then I went to...
I did not know you started
you were
in
young, though. You were
I
very,
was a
very
child,
young.
I was a baby.
Yeah. So there was... Oh, bleep those out. But there was a school before... I have only moved 9 different times in my life.
Ah, see, that's tricky. I knew it was one of the numbers.
It was one of the numbers. It was...
Because I was like, 10's believable. You've moved a lot.
Right. It was
Yeah.
9. That was just like, that was so... I was like, how can I make one of these a lie? I'm dead.
That's very good, though. Okay.
Thank you.
My first set, not in themes, but when I was a child, I used to steal hair accessories from Claire's. I've spent hours writing personalized letters to every boy I've ever liked. And one time I was followed around the mall for an hour because a guy wanted my friend's number.
1's a lie.
1?
Yeah.
1 is a truth.
No way!
Yahweh. Yahweh.
I'm dead. What was a lie?
The lie was I've spent hours writing personalized letters to every boy I've ever liked. I have not done that.
I believed it
Yeah,
right away.
right? I was thinking, you know what, I've
She's
written...
like, shit, eh?
No, I was like, it sounds believable.
Yeah,
it sounds believable.
Coming from you, yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
right?
Yeah, like to all the boys I've ever loved or whatever the hell that movie is. Yeah.
Sounds like something I do. It's not,
I'm
though. I have written journals,
Yeah.
entries.
Yeah.
No, never letters, though. Never addressing the root of the problem.
Okay, love that. Okay,
I have I stole those, like those ballerino buns, like those foam ones.
Yeah.
Yeah. I really wanted one as a kid, but
How
my
old?
mom, like 8.
Okay.
Like 8, really wanted one when I was a kid, but then my mom didn't. She was like, no, because it was expensive. She's like, you probably get it from the dollar store, which she could.
Yeah.
And I was following her out of the store, and I put it in my hood.
That's hilarious.
And then I felt guilty about it.
Did you?
I did at 8 years old, but then I went back again the next week, and there were like these bobby pins. Well, they were really like hair clips that were like really cute that I liked. So I did the same thing again, but then I felt really, really bad, like double bad. So then I never stole again.
That's hilarious.
That was
That's hilarious.
See, I threw that one in there to throw you off because I knew that you'd be like, Kai doesn't steal.
I immediately thought Kai doesn't steal, but Kai does definitely write personalized.
Yeah.
Oh my god. That was a good one. My second set. Number 1, I want to get married in a barn. This is wedding theme.
Okay.
Which you should know. Because if anybody ever asked, I would send them to you.
That one's a true. I know that for a fact.
Number 2, my dream honeymoon is Greece. And number 3, I want a princess cut engagement ring.
It's between the last two. I know she wants to get married in a barn because we were like, oh my god, like in Grey's Anatomy. Like we've talked about it before. Confirm that one is the truth.
That is the truth.
Okay, perfect. It's between the last two. So it's either Greece. I feel like it's, I don't know what Greece. What was the last one?
I want a princess cut engagement ring.
See, I can't. I know we've talked about the princess cut before, and I can't remember if you liked it or didn't like it. And like, you know what? If you were sending somebody to me, I would immediately go to your Pinterest, so I would know. But right now, I can't go to your Pinterest. I feel like you do want a princess cut,
but then, lie.
Oh man, what is it like an almond engagement circle?
Yeah, a circle
because love never ends.
Yeah.
I knew the reasoning for that. Wait, what was the lie?
That
Greece.
one. I want a princess cut. I do want to go to Greece.
You do want to go to Greece?
That's my dream honeymoon. My
second set is my friends and I used to sneak out in the middle of the night and drive around underage. I've cheated on a test while a stabbing took place at my high school. And I was once at a cafe waiting for a salmon bagel and didn't realize that Shawn Mendes was in front of me.
Say the last two again.
I've cheated on a test while a stabbing took place at my high school. And I was once at a cafe waiting for a salmon bagel, and I didn't realize Shawn Mendes was in front of me. They're all kind of crazy.
I know. I'm between the second two. I know the first one's true, but the
first
second
one is true.
Two, I'm kind of like, I don't remember a lot.
I trauma block a lot.
Like, I literally don't remember, like, full blocks of my life, like, anything that happened. Like, people remind me, and I'm like, holy shit, no way. But, because I'm like, I would have heard about that Shawn Mendes, but I'm like,
you're like, did I?
Yeah, literally. I think the third one's a lie.
It is?
Nice.
It is?
Nice. Is it the stabbing that happened in the calf?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
In the cafeteria?
I knew
that
the
was the distraction.
Yeah. Okay. Nice.
Yeah. Well, to be fair, I didn't really actually like cheat. I helped people cheat because I was done my test already, but.
Oh, okay. So you were the smart one in the situation.
Yes.
Okay, fair. My next set is about rebellion.
Okay.
Rebellion.
Teenage rebellion or just rebellion in general?
In general.
Okay.
Number 1, I've had 15 piercings in my life. Number 2, I have 25 tattoos, including stick and pokes. Number 3, my body count is above 10.
What's the first one?
I've had 15
a number?
piercings. 15 piercings.
I'm trying to count because she used to have her whole ear pierced, so that knocks out like a good 8. I feel like the tattoos went true. You have a lot of tattoos.
Okay.
Like looking at you, I'm like, okay.
I do have a lot of tattoos.
Yeah.
And I've gotten
25.
them. I started getting them when I was 16. So I have 25 tattoos, 15 piercings,
4,
and my body count is above 10.
6.
The tattoo
9.
I had to count because I forget about them sometimes. Because not all of them are visible.
Okay, I feel like. No way you have 15. I don't think it's I think the piercing's a lie, no?
The piercing is true.
It's true.
The
Is it the body
piercing
count
is
that's a lie?
No.
Oh, it's a tattoo that's a lie.
I have 23 tattoos, including stick and pokes.
23. You know what? I was trying to count because I was like, I don't remember what your back looks like. I know you have one on your shoulder.
And the back of my neck, and I have one on my rib cage and my hip.
Ah, the rib cage.
Yeah. I kept forgetting about that one earlier. I had to like recount for 23. Like I had to count.
Yeah, I don't remember what that is. Which one is that?
It's an arrow. It's actually matching with we don't talk anymore. I have multiple tattoos with people I don't talk to anymore. I don't talk to anymore. Yeah.
Interesting. Tattoos. You know, I was trying to count. I was like,
That one was a hard one. 15. I went 10 up this year. And then I had 3 in this ear. I had my belly button. I had my nose.
When I was in university, I had a phase where I was heavily fixated on Korean food. I once had to go before a judge for driving into a parked car, and I've only kissed 4 people in my life.
Number 2's a lie.
Oh no, that's the truth.
Really?
That's the truth, yeah.
Wait, what was the lie then?
The Korean food.
Interesting.
I ate poke. I ate Hawaiian food every day for lunch.
I could, I was sure that, wait, did I hear about this
Which one?
judge thing?
Probably, yeah.
See, it must have been in a time that I blocked out because I had that same
I
thought.
was like freshly driven, like freshly got my license.
Yeah. So I would have been 21. Yeah, okay, yeah, I know. That was a rough time. See, when I think back, it makes sense, but I was so confident that if that had happened, I would have heard about it. I guess I did. But oh my God, it's rough up here. My 4th one is gym themed.
Gym themed.
So number 1 is my rest day is Thursdays. Number 2, my favorite form of cardio is a stationary bike. Number 3 is my bench press PR is 50 pounds.
I thought that your rest days were on Tuesdays.
I don't know, are they?
I think so, yeah. Because I remember thinking that they're weird. That your things
It is a little bit weird.
Yeah.
It is a little bit weird, yeah.
Wait, so it's your rest days are Thursdays.
Yes.
Your
bench press PR is 50 pounds.
50 pounds.
And my favorite form of cardio is the stationary bike.
Stationary bike's true. Because I remember we talked about that a couple things ago. Well, not like that it was your favorite, but that you were like, you liked it better than just like walking on a treadmill because it's easier on your knees. What was the first one again?
Rest days Thursday.
I want to go with my gut and say Tuesday because I was always like, yours is Tuesdays and then it's on my pull days. Isn't it? I actually don't know. I'm going to go with the rest days.
The rest days. My favorite form of cardio is not a stationary bike.
Is it a stationary bike?
No, it's a Stairmaster. I do like the stationary bike though better than the treadmill because it does hurt my knees.
Yeah, because I remember talking about that, but I don't remember the favorite.
The Stairmaster just works better.
Okay, fair, yeah.
Because I don't have to like reach for the things. It's just, you don't have to like adjust it.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Because like you're leaning over. Yeah, okay, fair.
I'm leaning really far and it's uncomfortable.
It's a lot of work to get on the stationary bike.
It is. Like my back hurts. And like it's extra tiring to like use your core. It's a whole thing. But my rest day is Thursday because sometimes I don't make it in the morning and every other Thursday we'll go for family dinner.
True.
So it's just easier to have like Thursdays off.
That's true. I thought it was
our pull days are the same.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. On Tuesday. I'm dead.
I knew something was with the pull day.
Yeah.
I knew something was there with the pull day, but I didn't know what it was. I used to be a Wattpad fan fiction writer and I currently have over 4 million reads. I was once in the same room as Drake, and when I was younger, I accidentally slammed my finger on the car door and broke it.
I feel like 1 or 2's a lie.
Okay.
Because I vaguely remember a story of some body part of Kai being crushed in a door when she was younger. Like I have this vague memory of it at the apartment, and I don't remember if it's true or not, but I have a feeling that one of the first 2's true. Because, like, I'm like, did she actually break the finger? Was it her finger? I'm like, I don't remember. But something did happen with Kai in a car, I'm pretty sure, when she was younger.
It's always a car.
I think that... Wait, what was the first one again?
I used to be a Wattpad fan fiction writer, and I currently have over 4 million reads.
See, I'm pretty sure that's true, but I don't know if she has over 4 million reads. Like, I feel like this might be a trick. I think number 1 is a lie.
Number 1 is true.
Number 1 is true.
Is number
true.
2
a lie?
Number 2 is true.
You didn't break your finger?
I didn't break my finger.
Fuck. Did something happen with you in the car?
I did slam my finger in the door.
Your finger. It was like a big deal, though. I remember
it was a big deal. I just remember going on about my day, like crying about it.
I think it was because you were crying about it and complaining about it. And you know how your mom makes everything a big deal.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, she's always been like that.
Oh. Yeah, I never broke any.
Like,
I've never broken a bone.
It's like, oh my God, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, no, yeah, over 4 million reads. Nice. Sometimes I log into there just to see, and like people are like, "Come back, where are you? I hope you're okay." And like it's been so long where I'm like, you know what? It'd be weird if I came back now.
Love that number 2 Raptors game.
Yeah, yeah.
Damn it! I should have known. Okay, so my third one is crime themed.
Okay.
Don't know if I want to put this out there, but we're just gonna film it anyway. Okay, so 2 truths and a lie. Number 1, I started smoking cigarettes in high school. Number 2, I've been caught shoplifting just once. Number 3, I've for before.
What the heck? Okay, what was the first one?
I started smoking cigarettes in high school. Number 2
I
is
want to say earlier, but I feel like it was the weed that was earlier.
Number 2 is I've been caught shoplifting just once.
That feels like a lie, but I also would believe it if you told me just once and it was one big thing, because I remember you got caught and you got banned from like a 14-O's. So that very well could be like the one time that you got caught.
And number 3 is I've for before.
I mean, I want to say number 3 is a lie, but then it's also like, you got to do what you got to do.
I was dying when I was writing this one. I was like, oh my god, this is hilarious. What are you locking in?
I don't know. I'm like, you gotta do what you gotta do. That one may be true. I feel like you have not been. I feel like you started smoking younger.
You're locking that in?
Yeah.
I did not.
It was high school.
It was high school, but I did start high school when I was 13 because of my
Oh.
birthday.
That's true. You have a late birthday. Was it
Yeah.
for
Pardon?
Was it for
It was. I've
Fan.
never done that. I have
Yeah,
never
right.
done that.
I feel like it could have happened like when you were like younger, like within like, you know, the really relevant.
I've been in like situations
Where you
when I was
could've,
young.
yeah.
where I could have, and like my friends have with.
Because
like,
I'm like,
really
you've been to a house. I don't know what you get up
Right.
to. Like, you gotta do what you gotta do.
No, I didn't.
I feel like you would. I feel like you'd definitely be friends with people who would though.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I have, and I've never done that for before, but I have been caught shoplifting just once.
Was it the Fortinos one?
It was the 14-O's one, and
Yeah.
it scarred us for life. And it's so funny because we've gotten away with a lot worse. But
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm like, you've stolen a lot.
we got caught for a chocolate bar and cheese strings.
Out of everything that you could have stolen,
That's what I'm
what it is.
saying.
That's kind of crazy.
And it kind of scarred us because we were like, oh my god, like imagine it was something worse.
yeah.
So we didn't, like, the cops came, they called our parents, we were underage.
They called the cops.
They did. I know, we remember too the story
Not
time
just their
of it.
parents. That's crazy.
It's so funny because it was
Wait, how old were
literally
you?
not able to drive yet, 15, 16.
Oh, okay.
And it was a chocolate bar and cheese strings, like literally a pack of cheese strings and a chocolate bar. And a Hershey's cookies and cream. Love-hate relationship now. But we had hung around the store for a while, and our mistake was when we hadn't gotten caught at other grocery stores before, but we had bought stuff too.
Yeah.
So we had hung around the store for a long time, and these cameras there are insane, and we were like joking around. We thought too much of ourselves, and as soon as we were walking out of the door, we were slowly walking, and it was funny because we saw a guy in regular clothing run past us this way, and we laughed at him.
Okay.
Because we were like, oh, look at that guy. Like, what is he doing? Like, calm down. Where do you have to go? Right? We keep walking. And as soon as we're passing the threshold of the front door, the same man grabs my bag and pulls me back.
He grabbed you.
Yeah, he grabs my bag and
Times
pulled
are
me
different back then,
I
eh?
know, right? And he pulls us into the security office, and he's like, I have footage of you stealing, whatever. Like, empty your bag.
Did they have like a case against you, like multiple times?
No.
Have you still? Oh no, it was just that one time.
It was just him. His name was Josh. The
Oh.
security guard. It was so funny because he was like so high and mighty that he like just arrested these two 15-year-olds for stealing. He's like, I have to call the cops. It literally wasn't a felony charge. Like, it was like $10. Like,
Yeah.
it was $10. So we sat there. We were very, very cooperative. Like, we were terrified. We were terrified because we had never been caught before.
Yeah.
So we were sitting there, and we were like almost in tears. Like, he told the cop, he was like, they're very cooperative. Like, they're very like remorseful, whatever. The cop's like, what do you want to do? I think we should just kind of let them go, let their parents pick them up.
The
give
cop was
'em
probably
little-
like, you called me not
give
for
them
this.
over
like,
$10.
yeah.
Yeah. Like, I don't want to arrest them, whatever. So they didn't. They called their parents, came to pick us up, both got grounded, whatever. And yeah, I did start smoking cigarettes in high school. Unfortunately, don't do
Really?
that anymore. But I've never for.
Yeah, I was
At
hoping
least
it
I have
wasn't that
that.
one. I was really hoping it wasn't that one, but
Can't
then I
believe
was
she
like,
believed it.
Well, you just telling me all these stories about
I
being
I
houses and stuff.
I
and
hear
I'm
it.
like,
No,
I
I
don't know
hear
what's
it.
going on.
I hear it. That is one thing that I always say if I'm trying to do that, I'm trying to date you too. I have flat out said to like we'll be like again playing
Yeah.
chess, and I'm like, take me home then.
Like, I don't know what you're getting up to with your plug. Like,
That's hilarious.
I've heard many stories about people like wanting to date their
No, it's
plug.
fair,
It's like you
it's
could have
fair.
dated your plug.
It's fair.
Because it's like I know that you would have if you wanted to date. Like you wouldn't just do it for the drugs.
Right,
You know? So I'm
That's
like,
true.
maybe you just liked your plug.
That's true. Maybe she just wanted to date her plug. Oh my god, I can't.
I was once leaving a ramen restaurant, and on my way back to the car, I was chased by a lady with a knife. One time I was heading to class and was crashed into by a guy on a bike. And I once ran from the cops in a field in the middle of the night.
One's a lie.
One is true.
Really? Which one's a lie?
That I got crashed into by a guy on a bike.
Really?
You would have heard
Oh
about
wait,
that.
no, you didn't drive in Toronto either. Because
I
I'm
was-
thinking
yeah.
Toronto. It's class in Toronto.
Yeah.
But then I'm like, wait, you didn't drive.
I would have been walking and the guy on a bike.
Yeah. I'm thinking in a car. Okay,
Yeah.
sure. No, that's true. Should have thought about that for a second more.
No, one time me and my friends were at this ramen place downtown in our city, and we were leaving. The ramen place is downtown. It's kind of in I don't even want to say sketchy area, but it's just like there's a lot of questionable characters down there. And there's this girl leaving the corner store on the intersection like closest to the restaurant, and then she was like, when she was calling us like sluts and stuff like that and like whores, she's like dirty whores and stuff like that, and then we
Oh
were
my
like, what the
God.
heck? And then she's like, I have a knife. And
What the
she was like brandishing it around. It was like the middle of the night, not middle of the night. It was like dark though, and she was like
That's
brandishing it around, and she starts like charging at us, and we ended up like running to the car.
What the
Yeah.
fuck? That's crazy.
Yeah.
Okay, well that's all that we have for this week. Thank you for watching and or listening.
Make sure you're following us on all of our socials at Harsh Worded Pod.
And if you're watching on YouTube, make sure you like and subscribe, and we will see you next week.
Bye.
Bye.